Hey guys, this case study is working on ODR, Observe, Don't React, one of my foundation games. Markie, the owner, called me because of an incident they had with a skateboard. Very scary. They were traveling and pulled over to give Polly a bathroom break. Polly was on a flexi and saw someone on a skateboard. Polly lunged and barked and broke her flexi. Nothing scarier than your dog off leash chasing something down and you having zero control. Luckily, Markie was able to get Polly back and on leash, but realized she needed help getting this behavior under control before they weren't so lucky. This situation is exactly what ODR was created for, helping a dog understand how to watch distractions while staying in their own body. When I first start working ODR with a dog that I'm not sure how they're going to react, I start at stage 1 with my hand in the collar. That asks a lot less of the dog because I'm not requiring loose leash or anything, and it gives me much more control. We start as easy as possible, simply bringing the skateboard out of the car and presenting it. As any time when working ODR, Polly gets reinforced for looking at the skateboard. This is the first goal, is the dog being able to look at the skateboard. Since Polly was able to do this, we added a next level of difficulty by starting to roll the skateboard. Again, Polly is able to watch, calm, and by calm, 4 feet on the ground, not lunging, not barking, anything like that. I zoomed in on this because I wanted you to notice it. Markie pushes the skateboard and Polly turns and looks at me. So now, instead of going skateboard and getting focused on it, she's going skateboard, where's my cookie? This is telling you she's ready to go to stage 2 of ODR, which is letting go of the collar and holding the leash. Now that you are holding the leash, the criteria for the dog changes. Now I expect the dog to be able to watch the distraction and choose to stay on a loose leash. This is important because the ability to watch something on a loose leash means they are still in their bodies. Their brain is still in their head, and that means they're able to think and listen, which is the goal. When working stage 2 of ODR, it is very important that the leash hand be attached to your body. When the dogs are new at this, they're going to make a mistake. Like you just saw, Polly lunged a couple of times at the skateboard. But because the leash hand is on my body, when she lunged, she gets stopped immediately, giving her the opportunity to slow herself down and watch the skateboard on a loose leash, which again is the goal. I slowed this part down so I could show you the choices Polly is making. Now, when Markie leans over to move the skateboard, Polly starts to look at me. There, she forgets herself, starts to move towards the skateboard. And you got to remember, that's her owner, so it makes sense that she moves towards her. I don't even think, if you watch her head, half the time she's not looking at the skateboard, she's looking at her owner. So she's not even thinking about the skateboard. But regardless, when Markie goes to move the skateboard, Polly is now looking up at me going, yeah, whatever. She's just moving the skateboard. Now Polly's starting to get that game. She pulls a little, and I just stand still, and she backs away. Watching her owner, now we're adding the challenge of the owner and the skateboard. She pulls a little, backs away. Then she's like, okay, I'm not getting there. This is what we're teaching them. We're teaching the dogs that it's not available. See how now she's given up? She's like, I'm just going to stand next to you because I can be more comfortable standing next to you. Polly is now capable of watching the skateboard, watching Markie move the skateboard on a loose leash, like you can see right now. She's wagging her tail going, oh, not available. She moves forward, and that's more because Markie's laughing and bending. And then as soon as she doesn't get anywhere, she's like, oh yeah, no, I got to back up. It's not available. This is the goal. At this stage, I start reducing the rewards for just standing around looking at the environment, unless something in the environment changes. in this case, we're going to add a new distraction of Markie's going to roll it much further. So we went back to rewarding. And then Markie's going to sort of get on it. And Polly's like, yeah, this is still all pretty easy. So now if you noticed, Polly was totally like, I want to look at you, you give me cookies. And I'm like, okay, you never reward just looking at you, but that gives you an opportunity to ask for work. I stepped back, rewarded ready to work, moving with me, and then I did a couple of spins, and then I released her, gave her her release cue, not let go of the leash, and said, okay, watch the distraction again. When I'm working ODR with a puppy or with a dog, I'm constantly going from work with me to watch the distraction and letting them choose to come back and work with me. This is different than if I was working skills, which I do in a low distraction environment at first. So I teach them focus on me and work with me. In this video, we went through the 3 stages of ODR. Holding the collar, rewarding, watching the distraction on a loose leash, and working with me regardless of the distraction. Does this mean Polly is now going to be great with all skateboards? No, not at all. But it's the first step in getting her to go, yeah, it's a skateboard, so what? The next thing I would do is, obviously not at this time of year, but go near a skateboard park, maybe 200 feet away. Can she function there? Maybe hire a neighborhood kid to ride a skateboard up and down in front of me. What you do depends on your dog and your situation and what the distraction is you're working with. Let me know if you have any questions, and happy training.